Let's go again. Practice makes perfect, and you know we should. Practice makes perfect. So I'm here for you, not in a position. We're together on this mission. Practice makes perfect. We've got work to do.
I almost didn't make it out here. There's a lively reaction in the booth. So we were all worked up, and then I realized the song was over, and I probably should get back out here. So especially for those of you who are just joining us because you're used to the show starting at, say, 10:03, you're listening to WEFT Sessions on 90.1 FM Champaign. And I don't think I mentioned Pledge Drive at the top of the hour, which is very unusual for me and for this Pledge Drive because we're supposed to mention it pretty much every time we talk. But now that I've mentioned it, our special guests tonight are NxT, and I know I corresponded with, I assume, somebody over here, okay, about the album. So, as I said, nice to see you here in the flesh. And
it's great to be here.
would you I guess, most of you have mics. If you could either double up on mics, or if you could just all introduce yourselves for the archives and for the live audience and whoever.
I'm Alan Simpson, and I'm the lead singer.
I'm Chris Mondek, and I'm the bassist.
Josh Euler on lead guitar.
I'm David on the drums.
And just because, well, we haven't typed up covers for the CDs in a while, but if you could spell Alan for Mike, I know there are at least 3 common ways to spell it.
A-L-A-N. It's the most
the
simple way,
simplest.
but everyone mistakes it.
Well, that's how my uncle spells it, so I'll just remember that you're like a younger version of my uncle.
Okay.
Actually, I think you probably... My family is listening, and I think they will appreciate that you probably don't want to be compared to my uncle.
I'll take your word for it.
We're just going to move on. So let's see. You guys, the burning question every show is Champaign, Urbana, or...
Champaign.
Okay.
Yeah. We're all from Champaign. We all go to Champaign Central High School.
All right.
And most of us are, or 3 out of 4 of us are band kids. So music kind of
That's
comes naturally.
B-A-N-D, not B-A-N-N-E-D.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
B-A-N-D, yeah. We do concert band, marching band, jazz.
Oh, splendid. So you
Yeah.
got your bases covered.
Right.
Now, do you have any upcoming events you want to plug?
Yeah, what is it? On the 12th, we play a show on Exile on Main.
Oh, hey, awesome.
Yeah, it's at 3 o'clock, and it's free, so anyone can come out.
Is that part of a showcase, or?
Nah, we're actually a solo band, so
Mhm.
they were looking for a band to play with us, but I guess they couldn't find one, so we're just going to continue with the show.
All right.
on our own. And coming up, we have the Illinois Marathon,
Mhm.
24th. We're playing for the 5K.
Could I backtrack 1 second?
Sure.
Is your album available at Exile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it
figured
is.
we can't give prices or anything, but if people like the music, it makes sense that they could pick it up while they're there.
Yeah, definitely. Our album just came out a while ago, and we've really been trying to boost it everywhere we go. So anytime you see us live, we probably have copies on us.
Well, that's good. I think the last 20 shows where there was supposed to be an album, the band made some sort of announcement of, yeah, I wish we'd brought them. We could have sold them. And
Right.
so you guys are ahead of bands with a lot more experience.
Yeah, and
Well,
our
I
albums-
take that back. It sounds like you might collectively have as much experience in bands, if not necessarily this band.
Definitely, everyone brings something totally fresh and new to the band, and everyone has tons of experience. But about the backtracking to the album, you can actually get it on iTunes too and
Excellent.
Bandcamp. So if you want to get the digital download, then you can go that route.
I was just thinking, I always like having something to hold in
Yeah.
case, all
Right.
my hard drives die the same day. But
I know a lot of people like that too, but there are a lot of people that do the whole media thing just online too. So we definitely had to get that outlet.
I don't know if Mike is saying stop talking or...
Yeah, we're ready
Okay,
to get on another
well,
song. If
as
want.
you said, you're going to do at least 3 in a row. So I'm going to hop out of the way because I have a lot of making sure I'm ready when you get done. So NxT and WEFT Sessions.
All right. This next one is called We're Through.
An angel's wing. Don't know how you pulled me in. Perhaps you changed your shape, but now I'm seeing the devil's heart, and so I must escape. We're through. You're always lying. We're through. My hope is dying. We're through. This time it's true. We're through. I've had enough of you. Only care about yourself, not those you will destroy. Each time you pass an orphanage, you stop to break a toy. You're bitter on your best of days and toxic on your worst. The saddened souls who cross your path must come to think they're good. Enough of you, snared me in my time of weakness. Your cloud of darkness brought more bleakness. Through with your contagious sorrow, and yesterday was our last tomorrow. We're through, you're always lying. We're through, my hope is dying. We're through, this time it's true. We're through, I've had enough of you. Legend, a long forgotten name, hope to slay a dragon, win eternal fame. Sought a distant tower, a princess he could save. His mirror made him handsome, and his armor made him brave. Rode off on his journey, all is good and right. Called himself courageous, called himself a knight. Last he reached the tower, and he called his voice so true. Don't worry, favorite damsel, I'm here to rescue you. But the damsel said no, no. The damsel said no, no. Told the knight to go. The damsel said no. The damsel said no, no. The damsel said no, no. Told the knight to go. The damsel said no. That I'm not some helpless victim in peril or in plight. This isn't any fairy tale, and I don't need a knight. Never seen an ogre, a wizard, or an elf. If a dragon comes my way, I'll handle it myself. Up here in this tower, a place of my own choice, and I don't need a hero, and I don't like your voice. And can be my equal, and I'll have him by my side. But if you think I need to, then get on your horse and ride. The damsel said no, no. The damsel said no, no. Told the knight to go. The damsel said no. The damsel said no, no. The damsel said no, no. Told the knight to go. Utensils setting up. Your manners are alarming. Your armor is a mess. You'll never be Prince Charming. I'm not in distress. Utensils setting up. Utensils setting up. For the night to come. Utensils setting up. Utensils setting up. Utensils setting up. For the night to come. Utensils setting up. Can't promise you forever until the end of time. I offered you my rhythm, first you want my right. You ask what I can give you, and I hope you think it's right. Love you till tomorrow, you'll be mine tonight. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. I really don't need your number, won't recall your name. Until tomorrow morning comes, I love you just the same. Dwell upon the future, till tonight is past. Together we're a burning flame, you can't expect to last. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. Tonight, I'll hold you tight. Tonight, I'll treat you right. All I've got is what's in store. Then tomorrow, nothing more. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. Sunrise means farewell, sunrise means goodbye. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got. I'm not still you got. I'm not still you got. Sunrise means that it's been nice, but I'm not still you got.
NxT on WEFT Sessions, and I want to thank the audience not just for being enthusiastic, but also for the tip there. We had a band on recently that I think only had 5 songs, but they were pretty long. And then we've had bands that have a lot of songs, but they're pretty short. So it can be hard to gauge when to burst back through the wall like Kool-Aid Man and talk again. So anyway, we are in Pledge Drive. There, now I've covered that. And let's get to know NxT a little better. Maybe give out your website, booking info.
Yeah, we have Facebook, NxT Champagne.
It's what we were just talking about in the booth, actually.
Yeah. We have a Twitter page that's NxT217, and we have Reverb Nation. We have songs up for streaming on there. So honestly, yeah, you can follow us on Twitter. We tweet basically every event 1,000 times just so people know what's going on. And Facebook, we like to post pictures of the events, so if you think you got caught in a picture, maybe you can check the Facebook and find it. But
so on behalf of people in the booth and out there in Radioland, if people have Twitter and people are on Revox Nation, but they're not on Facebook, you'll still recognize they can be your friend without...
No.
Okay.
Right. Friends, virtual friends, real-life friends, everyone's NxT's friend.
Good. In this age, it's bizarre how people can think they're not friends just because it's not enshrined on Facebook.
Right. No, it has to be Facebook official nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
See, that's the nice thing if you have a Quaker audience, is they're already friends.
Right.
Anyway, so let's see. It is 19 after, 10:19. You're listening to WEFT 90.1 FM, and we have NxT, and if you guys are ready to go, have at it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
like to social climb. You're anxious, eager in your prime, but you should study, get experience, cause you can't have a job this time. You know you took it on the chin, but please come back and play again. Cause if you try a little harder, if you work a little harder, if you pray a little harder, sure next year you're gonna win. If you are wearing rose-colored glasses, then hope is rising for all the masses. If you're a dreamer, if you're a fighter, it's getting better, it's looking brighter. Not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, next year. Don't criticize the hand you're dealt. Imagine how the rich man felt when his trust funds paid no dividends. He had to buy a tighter belt. Although I care for me and mine, I see you back there still in line. As if you try a little harder, if you work a little harder, if you pray a little harder, then someday things will turn out fine. If you are wearing rust-colored glasses, then hope is rising for all the masses. If you're a dreamer, if you're a fighter, it's getting better, it's looking brighter. Not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, next year. Don't promise me a golden goose, your words no sacred cow. No, you talk about tomorrow, I want my future now. Future now. Cause if you are wearing rose-colored glasses, then hope is rising for all the masses. If you're a dreamer, if you're a fighter, it's getting better, it's looking brighter. If you are wearing rose-colored glasses, then hope is rising for all the masses. If you're a dreamer, if you're a fighter, it's getting better, it's looking brighter. Not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, not here, not now, next year. I want my future now, 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 I want my future now. I want my future now.
All right, listeners, this next one will probably be the one that gets stuck in your head tonight. It's one of our favorites. It's called I Wanna Buy a Turtle. Hope you like it. Cause when you have a turtle, the party never ends. We'll race across my basement, I let my turtle win. And if I get a new car, I'll take him for a spin. I wanna buy a turtle who has a perfect shell, and on his turtle collar there'll be a turtle bell. And once I get my turtle, I'll write a turtle song, and if my turtle likes it, I'll sing it all day long. I wanna buy a turtle, la 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 la. I wanna buy a turtle, la 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 la. I wanna buy a turtle, we'll be the best of friends. Cause when you have a turtle, the party never ends. I'll take him in the bathtub, I'll take him there with me. My turtle can go swimming, or climb up on my knee. name my turtle Shelly. I hope he likes his name. We'll make a turtle movie to get some turtle fame. Hey there, little fella, do you carry salmonella? Come on, Shelly, keep on smiling, soon we'll all be turtle styling. I wanna buy a turtle, we'll be the best of friends, cause when you have a turtle, the party never ends. I wanna buy a turtle, we'll be the best of friends, cause when you have a turtle, the party never ends.
This is the land of the free, free to believe what we want. This is the land of the free, free to believe what we want.
But if I haven't seen it, how can I believe? If I haven't seen it, how can it be true? All those scientists and experts fill up books upon the shelf. But why should I believe in things that I can't see myself? I like to keep an open mind, accept to others' views, disagree with research, I never trust the news. I don't believe in Idaho. I've never seen potatoes grow, or mountains that are topped with snow. No, I don't believe in Idaho. The Holocaust was before my time, so how can I believe? Global warming makes no sense, cause it snowed last New Year's Eve. Fluoride might bring mind control, and flu shots cause the flu. The moonwalk was a giant hoax, the world is flat as true. Right around 6,000 years, the age of planet Earth, and I don't think we'll ever know the place of Obama's birth. I have the right to my opinion, I think 2 + 2 is 9. I don't know if Osama's dead, but big and small is fine. I don't believe in Idaho. I've never seen potatoes grow, or mountains that are topped with snow. No, I don't believe in Idaho. This is the land of the free, free to believe what we want. This is the land of the free, free to believe what we want. Go swimming to and fro. A town called Boise. Man, that can't be so. I don't believe in Idaho. I don't believe in Idaho. I've never seen potatoes grow, mountains that are topped with snow. I don't believe in Idaho.
Okay, we are right at the bottom of the hour, so I probably should talk a little longer just to satisfy some legal and also station requirements. You are listening to WEFT 90.1 FM Champaign. This is WEFT Sessions. Our special guests this week are NxT, and WEFT Sessions is a live concert from the Great Hall at WEFT every Monday night. We have a live act every Monday night unless we have a last-minute cancellation. So we go into every Monday with a live act booked. So you can count on live music here almost every Monday, and we look forward to it. And it's followed by another hour of local music, Local 901. And I've mentioned Pledge Drive, but I have not gone into detail. Due to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting no longer really being in the business of funding community radio stations, a much greater share of our annual budget has to be made up of listener pledges. So we are not trying to be all doomsday, and we are not threatening to go off the air in the next week or month if we don't make a certain amount of money. But if you do enjoy the service that WEFT provides, please at some time during our month-long pledge drive, think about possibly letting us know how much you appreciate WEFT. And we also realize that different people have different levels of ability. So, if you are a starving college student, we certainly are not trying to guilt you out of existence, but just trying to explain how we keep the lights on here and how we are able to do WEFT sessions and bring in bands on a weekly basis. We would hate to not be able to do that at some point in the future. So our number is 217-359-9338, and for most of this month, we will have operators standing by as co-hosts and guest hosts. On one level, cross-promoting their own shows, but really just here so that they can take your pledges. And we also have a PayPal set up on weft.org, so that if you do that, we don't even have to worry about the phone ringing while the band is playing. I always feel weird pitching for Pledge Drive while we are recording a band, because obviously we don't want loud noises during the band, but during Pledge Drive we don't want people to not call ever. So, all right, well, I think that's a lot of talking, so let's at least bring you guys into the conversation. Is there anything you want to say before we go on?
Not in particular, I guess. Is there any questions that you have for us?
I guess a better question is there anything I'm supposed to ask you about that I haven't yet? Because if you're waiting for me to ask, your favorite Batman villain or how you came to play together or your dream opener, I'd be happy to ask any of those questions. But, well, I already asked upcoming gigs. And reinforcement is good, so by the end of the show, I'd like them to repeat you, when... I'm not sure we got through all the gigs. We started talking about gigs, and then we talked about the album, and so...
Well, we have Exile on the 12th, April 12th, and then the Illinois Marathon on the 24th.
What time is that?
Should sometime in the evening,
okay.
5 to 8 maybe.
Somewhere...
Yeah,
are you playing at the end of the route?
Yeah, the Psychology Building. We'll probably play right outside there. It's en route, I guess.
That's the Psychology Building of the U of I?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I didn't want to show up at Parkland and find out I was wrong side of town.
But besides that, we play on WPGU, hopefully, on May 3rd.
Our nemesis. Not really.
Then a show at Cowboy Monkey in early May. And we have a Tolono Days appearance booked for sometime in late June.
All right. Sounds like you're working it.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to get as much exposure as possible.
I don't think you've given out the name of the album tonight.
The name of the album is the last track on the album is called Sounds Familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the name stems from the song being our favorite.
Oh.
And being the first song that we actually really wrote. So it's a song that might sound familiar, but not unless you'd heard it. It's one of our favorites, though, for sure.
Well, I will. When you're playing the album in the future, I'll have to remember. I didn't realize that you had a that clear a favorite.
Well, there are a lot of good songs, but I think we can all agree that we like to save the best for last, and that's why we put it on the end of the album. I'm
relieved. Usually, anytime a sentence starts, I think we can all agree. It's something like, well, I think we can all agree that, the moon landing was fake. Or so it's nice to hear we can all agree where I don't have to, no wipe my brow. And
right. Yeah, we're good.
And once again, I as I'm standing here, I can't see your drummer at all, David, right?
Yeah.
And I have my back to the studio audience, but I'd just like to once again thank David and the studio audience, in spite of the fact that I've made zero eye contact with them most of tonight. I don't want anybody left out. And whenever you're ready to start back, I'll get back to listening. Okay, go for it.
that you've seen and the things that you really mean. And it seems in and walked out. Now I'm holding on. You put the words in my mouth that come out as I wrote this song. And we made milestones from memories together. The benefits of loving you outweigh stormy weather. It's just better. It's me and you forever. Girl, I'm not gonna be a servant, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve it, but I won't just stand by while you hold me and lie. I'm the guy that can give you purpose. Cause I try and I try, but for now I'm still in between. Things that you've seen and the things that you really mean. And it seems can't be undone. 'Cause I know you're the one. We'll run off towards the sun if you are the one. Our story's just begun if you are the one. We'll run off towards the sun if you are the one. If you are the one, be yourself. If you are the one, 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 if you are the one. Stereotypes I've seen, not just TV, but all around me. Can you help me, please? All these people see my low jeans. They think I'm mean and I'm obscene, but I stay clean. I just don't see. They touch the color of my skin. I've always had to fight to win my case. These stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes run the world around me. Stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes run the world around me. Stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes. Nobody's found me a reason why my people still in the deep end. I feel what has become. I'm always on the run from people who like to take me down. In my hometown, they're all around. I'm just a figure from the few. I don't know what to do to change their mind. I spend my time, my nose in books, while other crooks make me look bad. It's pretty sad. Kids killing kids, kids having kids, kids beyond bars. It's gone too far, but all I can do is what I can. Because these stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes run the world around me. Stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes run the world around me. Stereotypes, stereotypes, stereotypes. Nobody's found me a reason, but my people still in the deep end. Trayvon Martin was starting, I almost started a riot. Nobody could keep me quiet, and I didn't try to hide it. Flipping out in my city, and people always take pity, but never try to make a change. Like it hasn't happened before. I think I've heard the story about 1,000,000 times. Rich white man will take the stand and get off on a couple times, whether it's for robbery or tax evasion. Anybody can do anything as long as they're Caucasian. With this Brown Ferguson, think it almost made me sick. I remember the day I heard it, it felt like I had got hit with yet another case. No wonder, now all I hear is nothing. I'm trying to put it out my mind, but all I think about these days is stereotype, stereotype, stereotype. Run the world around me, stereotype, stereotype, stereotype. Run the world around me, stereotype, stereotype, stereotype. Nobody's found me a reason why my people still in the deep end. One, two, three, four. Smooth as right beaches, with the colors brightly blazing. We're so joyful on our beaches, and all our time with you's amazing. Are you rubber or are you plastic? Did you like your trip from China? Will your future seem fantastic? You moved to Carolina. Beach ball, bouncing around so fun. Beach ball, out in the summer sun. Beach ball, how did you get so high? Beach ball, colors that touch the sky. You were wrinkled and you were tiny, back before you were inflated. Now you're bold and bright and shiny, and all my friends are all elated. I would truly wish to cheer you, so this toast to you I'm speaking. May your nozzle never fail you, and may your seams refrain from leaking. Beach ball, bouncing around so fun. Beach ball, out in the summer sun. Beach ball, how did you get so high? Beach ball, colors that touch the sky. We can roll you and we can flick you. We can pass you around the ground. We'll be smiling and we'll be laughing as long as you don't hit the ground. Beach ball, bouncing around so fun. Beach ball, out in the summer sun. Beach ball, how did you get so high, Ben? Beach ball, colors that touch the sky.
Was worried for a second. It sounded like the song was over, and I didn't hear anybody clapping yet. So, but that beats when I guess people screw up the end of a song by screaming their girlfriend's
We've
name
been there
before it's over.
Yeah, we've been both places.
Wait, it's fine, live. It's just if you're supposed to get a CD out of it and somebody is going Judy, it can kind of screw things up.
Right,
So,
right.
especially after the whole thing about phones ringing, because that at least sounds.
I think we all put ours on silent. So.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about individual people's phones.
Everyone has a phone nowadays. We all put them on silent. Hopefully.
We had a listener who made fun of us for having a station phone, and it's like, well, we can't really just have a station cell. That doesn't work.
Yeah. No. Honestly, the home phone kind of feels better. It's more nostalgic, I guess.
I guess I'm old-fashioned enough that I feel like making a call and using the restroom both should sort of be done with privacy.
No, yeah, you can spend hours just scrolling Twitter and sitting on the toilet when you're done. Like, everyone's been there.
I have not been there.
Yeah, well, everyone in our generation, I guess, high schoolers, we can all say we've been there.
I don't envy you.
Not a lot of people would.
In any event, any other stuff you want to plug? Any I don't know, T-shirts for sale or?
Well, I guess our drummer wants to give a shout out. Is that okay?
I'll permit it this once. Of course, it's okay.
Just want to say, my #1 fan, holding it down over there. If you're still listening, just hey, thanks for tuning in, and everyone else out there, thank you. We appreciate all the support.
Yes, if you are aware of anybody listening that you want to identify and thank,
No, if you guys didn't get the hint, the #1 fan is his girlfriend, and they're very cute together. They're like 2 months almost. Aw, just young love, you know. But we have 3 more.
okay.
Yeah.
Just if I may, unless you plan on doing some sort of cover or ad lib after the last song, let me know after 2 more because we always go straight from the last song into the next show.
Right. Okay.
So whatever you want to talk about before the end of the show, let's do it before the last song.
All right.
Okay, cool. NxT on WEFT Sessions.
Got a headache and the fuse is lit, and you can cure it with your kiss, but it's just not working anymore. We're together, hear the music. I know I've heard it since the day we met. Now we're together on the kitchen floor. I wonder what's next in store. After hours when the magic happens, lips touch your neck just to gauge your reaction. Every second we're apart, I don't know how to start. All that's on my mind all the time's my attraction to you. This is the time to say what's on my mind. I know we're young, but I'm still hung up on you. And when we get together, the feeling's so much better. I know I'm wrapped around your finger, but there's nothing that I can't do. The trouble is, every time you walk away, I watch the way your hips sway left to right. It gets me through the night. Eyes with hints of green, I get lost in. When I'm in between, I'm exhausted. You let me into your heart and I'm grateful. And I'm waiting for Cupid to take hold. Never the top notch and you know, got my mind somewhere near Pluto. The morning after is filled with laughter as I kiss you from head to toe. 'Cause this is the time to say what's on my mind. I know we're young, but I'm still hung up on you. When we get together, the feeling's so much better. I know I'm wrapped around your finger, but there's nothing that I can't do. Minutes on the clock never stop ticking away. You think about me from time to time, and you're on my mind nearly every day. Lipstick left on my cheek like a soft reminder of where we've been. But now we're here, and there's no more fear. Got me feeling sometimes far away. This is the time to say what's on my mind. I know we're young, but I'm still hung up on you. When we get together, the feeling's so much better. I know I'm wrapped around your finger, but there's nothing that I can't do. Yes, I'm wrapped around your finger, but there's nothing that I can't do. love your daughter. I truly love your daughter. I deeply love your daughter. It seems so right. So I love your daughter. Truly love your daughter. Deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, a cardio perfectionist. She sets my heart to racing. She moves like a contortionist. Is what she calls embracing. Our nights are such a frenzied blur. I'm always left deflated. I thank you for your daughter, sir, as one who she's related. For sir, I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. It seems so right, sir, I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, Monday and Tuesday, Mark and Dwight. Wednesday's always rugby night. Friday and Saturday, Tim and Brad. And Sunday's church with you, her dad. Oh, sir, I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. To me it seems so right. I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, I deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, sir, I love your daughter, I truly love your daughter, I deeply love your daughter. To me it seems so right. I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, I deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, sir, I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. To me it seems so right. So I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, so I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. To me it seems so right. So I love your daughter, truly love your daughter, deeply love your daughter. Every Thursday night, 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 night. Every Thursday night, 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 night. Every Thursday.
Talking about people out there, number one fans and all, I have not even gotten a chance this hour to check what the online listenership is. I guess because none of the songs had 7-minute guitar freakouts, but it's good to know there are people listening, because I will have to take your... I mean, obviously there are people listening, but
We blasted it on Twitter and our Facebook for like weeks. So
Well, I like to celebrate when we have unusually high listenership, because usually we email and make a big deal about it. But I have to find out before the end of the show, so I will probably spend your last song doing that, seeing if we've hit the magic number or not. Our stream used to max out at a certain number, and we now have a higher capacity, but we don't go beyond the old capacity often enough, just because it's a lot of online listeners to exceed that. So, and we encourage people locally to listen on radios.
yeah.
So
I honestly hope the radio doesn't die out, because there's not a ton of good stations, but it's a good medium, and it's a good way for bands to gain exposure.
Well, it's a nice, traditionally radio was sort of unifying in that you didn't have to be, even if people didn't have a TV, they could afford a radio,
Right.
or
Yeah.
they knew somebody with a radio, or somebody's car had a radio. It wasn't like Skype where... I guess that's a terrible... YouTube, Skype, any of that.
Right. Just computers in general. Like, we've kind of passed the age of... I guess anyone in a certain generation, there will be people that like refuse to use any sort of technology that doesn't have silicon in it. Like, you know what I mean? So there's like a huge gap there, and radio kind of falls behind that. So just hopefully it doesn't completely go away, but we're here to endorse radio.
I think there's also, I was reading earlier today, musician was getting criticized for embracing some of the older technology, and it's not that you can only, I mean, you can even combine them. You can listen to radio online, or you can listen to radio while you're doing stuff online. Even
Right.
with, you know,
Yeah.
it's not that you have to pick a team and jeer the other team and say, I watch TV. Right? Oh, actually, if I may, we did a fundraiser some years ago at I think it was Barnes and Noble, and we asked a guy if he would like to check a box that would make a donation to the station that was not any money out of his pocket.
Right.
And he indignantly screamed at the bookstore, I don't listen to radio, I listen to MP3s. And it gave me the impression he didn't know what MP3s were exactly, but he was so proud and so eager for everyone in the store to know that I didn't want to argue.
Yeah, that's a bit ignorant. Yeah. Anyway,
So let's plug your shows one more time. Dates.
Exile on Main on the 12th. That's at 3 p.m. and it's free. The 24th is the Illinois Marathon. The 3rd is a tentative show on WPGU. Then the 10th is Cowboy Monkey, maybe sometime early May.
They can go to your Twitter and your Facebook and all
yeah,
that, and
right,
get,
and they'll get all the info there. As soon as we know, they know, because we all have the password and we all blast tweets and anything. So,
since it is your first time here, I want to be clear that just because we're approaching 11 o'clock, we're not going to cut you off mid-song or anything.
All
So I don't want you to feel that by plugging these dates or anything, it's coming out of your time to perform.
well, like I was saying, this last one's our favorite. So
Right.
we'd be pretty disappointed if you cut it halfway, because there's a killer guitar solo
Well,
at the end. So
Feel free to make it as epic as you have time for, and we will just be standing by after the applause dies down.
of course. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Once more, you're listening for one more song to NxT on WEFT Sessions. Local 901 is coming. I could play Local H if I get a request for it, but Local 901 is coming up next.
Eyes were sending signals back before I knew her name. She handed me her number. Don't know why I played her game. I think I've seen these movies. Yeah, the guy keeps falling hard. He comes back for each sequel, just a little bit more scarred. A promising beginning till the plot line starts to bend. A spider with the victim. She texted me the end. Now my life is stuck in reruns. I'm watching my TV. The story never changes. It's a repeat history. It's the same again. Sounds familiar. It's the same again. How peculiar. It's the same again. Sounds familiar. It's the same again. How peculiar. The rich keep getting richer. The poor keep staying poor. The politicians talking, they want another war. They say he was a loner, that no one saw the signs. Our leaders claim they're saddened, they speak their tired lines. Although I changed the channel, the news just stays the same. There's no one with an answer, and no one who's to blame. Now my life is stuck in reruns, I'm watching my TV. The story never changes. History, the same again. Sounds familiar, the same again. How peculiar, the same again. Sounds familiar, the same again. History takes another turn. The same again. Sounds familiar. The same again. How peculiar. The same again. Sounds familiar. The same again. How peculiar. The same again. The same again. The same again. The same